welcome back to our channel. We are back with another episode of the Challenge All-Stars. This is episode 3. So we're going to really hop right into the episode. Then at the end, we'll get into our fantasy draft ratings and our team players. So let's get started. So with this episode, I thought this episode was really good. Like, I thought it was interesting. I mean, because a lot was happening. So when we get to this episode, we are still going through the West versus Yes random rivalry that's happening right now. And it seems like it's going to be happening for the entire season.
Yeah, I still don't, I get, like, they try to play this whole polar opposites, like, Wes is the bad guy, Yes is like this moral good guy. It's like, I don't know what they got going on. I feel like
they're only doing it because Johnny didn't show up. Had Johnny,
and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be in an elimination together.
Yeah, like, had Johnny showed up, we wouldn't be going to win. Honestly, let's be real. Johnny was there. Wes would have been home episode 1.
No, I don't agree.
Johnny has all his friends.
Yeah, but Wes still don't got that many friends there, and I don't think he would go straight home. So okay, so let's get back into the episode. So, like, towards the beginning, like I was saying, Wes and Yes asked Wes to sit down for a powwow. I don't really know.
Coffee date.
It was a coffee date.
Coffee date. He asked him.
No coffee.
He asked him to sit down and tells him basically, like, he has the sabotage. What should he asked him what he should do with it, and Wes is like, are you talking about like give it to me or give it to somebody else? And Yes basically tells him, I'm considering giving it to you. And I was like, what's the purpose of this meeting? Like, why is he asking me to sit down with you?
That was dumb.
He wasn't trying to negotiate or nothing. He was like, yeah, I'm 90% leaning on giving it to you. So why'd you call me away from where I was going?
Yeah, because I guess
he gave him that.
Well, Yes is like, I don't. He's like, so Yes' whole thing was he don't want the sabotage. He doesn't want the power of the sabotage. Because again, Yes is like this moral high ground. He's he's zen and everything.
Oh, annoying.
So,
don't get me wrong, I like Yes. I like him, especially season 1. But this season, I don't
There's nothing wrong with. Kendall did.
I think he was just playing the same thing that they were doing.
It's like they want to play this game with so much high moral and integrity, and we're gonna be mature and adult about the situation. It's like, bro, this is a game for thousands of dollars.
Hundreds of thousands.
This is not about. I don't want to be your friend after this. If I get the money, I don't care about your friendship.
And I feel like we hear that every season and every variation of the challenge. Like, outside of the game, we all friends. Like, I text you every day, but when you get in the house, you're a whole different person. Yes, I'm a whole different person.
Yes,
we're playing a game. I want to win my coin. Like, I'm not about to be. We talk outside. We'll be cool. You can come over after we get off this plane and we go about our business. But while we in this house, F you. Like, go somewhere.
It's not. It does. It to me. The whole powwow with Wes doesn't really make sense to me because it was like you went to arguably one of the most political players to have ever played the game. Gave him a false threat, but also showed him your vulnerability because you don't want the power that comes with winning.
Yeah.
And you were literally willing at one point to just give it to him.
I don't think
Wes, do my dirty work for Wes to turn around and give you the sabotage, for you to end up in last place and you to end up in elimination. How does that make sense?
Wait, who you talking about?
Yes, just the whole powwow. He wasn't thinking about between either giving Wes a sabotage or giving Wes the power of it. It doesn't make sense. Why are you going to him with that?
Yeah, I don't think it was ever a real conversation. I don't think Yes ever really was like, I might give it. I don't think he was ever going to let Wes tell him who to put it on. He just wanted to talk. He just wanted to have some screen time because it was a conversation. I was like, Yes, please stop. This don't make no sense. You don't like him, and so I don't get why we're doing this.
I've never missed Johnny Bananas so much in my life.
But let's get into the challenge. So when we get to the challenge, like they stated, Kendall and Yes have the sabotages, and TJ asked them, so time to do it. Who are you putting your sabotages on? Yes, as we thought, he gave his sabotage to Wes with some random excuse that makes sense. Just say you give it to him. Nobody believes what you're talking about. And I was like, okay. And so in Kendall, she says, like, can I put on a guy? And I didn't, I knew she was gonna say that because of the preview, but I wouldn't have thought they would let her put it on a guy, but they said she could. And then she says, could she put it on herself? And I was like, Kendall, come on now. Literally.
See, that's I be talking about. It's that moral stuff. Like, why? Like, like you're gonna put, like, you're here for the money, but yet you would put yourself at a huge disadvantage for the money you're trying to win.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll get into Kendall's logic later, but in this,
I have a whole
moment, I'm just like,
it made no sense. It's like, even if she did that, that wouldn't have curried no favor with them girls. Like, even if she was like, I'm gonna put it on myself, none of them would have cared, and they will still throw you in.
I'd vote your ass in just because you did that shit.
Yeah, they'd be like, thank you for the favor, girl. Also, it was 6-0. You're
yeah, that's what. If she was smart, she would have put it on somebody who's gunning for her. Like, you have a whole room that's like for you.
Everybody in the house, with the exception of Kellyanne, is literally gunning for you. Yeah, nobody cares that you're so stand up and you don't want to put us at a disadvantage. They still turn around and are going to vote you in anyway. So what is the logic in that?
Yeah. So
the smartest thing she should have did is give it to Sylvia or Kayla.
Exactly.
I don't know. I feel like, okay, so like we said, Kendall ends up giving it to MJ. A guy, she ends up going with MJ. And I kind of get the logic, because if
there was no logic.
No, it was. She said it was logic. She said, because I guess, like I said, behind the scene, there are alliances they haven't exactly fleshed out and told us about. But obviously, I guess Kendall is working with Wes. And so she said she wanted to give Wes the best shot, which was to stop MJ, who was a bigger guy, somebody that could be last place, and Wes won't be last place. And I was like, if that is your logic, that was smart.
But MJ already had a messed up knee, so he was already at a disadvantage.
Hold on. Even think deeper than that. First of all, this is how you know she's an idiot. Because there were so many, if her logic was that she wanted to make sure that Wes stayed out of elimination, yeah, you threw it on MJ, but you knew for a simple fact that Janae, who's standing right there, is literally, that is her number one. And you sat there and you threw it on him. You were better off throwing it on somebody who probably could have won the challenge, or at least done just enough to avoid elimination alongside Wes, so that it didn't even matter. Realistically, if we were being smart, she could have just threw it on a fucking girl and been done with it. You throwing on a guy
Jordan told her to throw it on him. Like,
exactly. Jordan said her asked for it.
The challenge was called Playing Dirty, where there was 3 rounds. Each round, the player must enter a mud bath, grab a ball, run to the opposite end, apparently just be halfway out. Once they touch the other end, they are secure. The person that doesn't have a ball is eliminated. Of course, the first round, the last person who didn't have a ball was going automatically in. And it was played in 2 heats with the females and then the males.
Yeah. So this competition, literally, I always come into the challenges generally trying to root for Kendall or Kellyanne, but like they said out of their own mouth, they never play smart. They always play too nice. They don't ever have the numbers. We need to round up somebody, anybody. We don't even really have to like them. Just, we got to have some numbers going into this, and they never have the numbers, which was for challenges like this is very important, because as soon as the challenge starts, we see that the Treehouse Alliance band together, not the guys really, the girls band together.
Girls and Derek.
And so the Treehouse girls all band together to literally stop Kendall or Kellyanne basically from getting the ball. And when they did have them, one of them would pin them down while the other one gets the ball from them and runs to the finish line, which was smart and really helped them. And so once the first round is through, like TJ said, whoever is left without a ball, that person is out. And at the end of the round, it was Veronica versus Kendall, and Kendall managed to get the ball, and Veronica was last, so she's going straight into the arena elimination. And so then when they play it the second round with the girls, Treehouse band together, and almost half the girls were gone in that one, because it doesn't really matter at that point, just as long as whoever gets to the finish line, top three. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it was top. It was basically top three. They basically were just trying to make sure, like, you know, the Treehouse Alliance needs to win. So we need to make sure that anybody who's not in the Treehouse Alliance does not have a ball, or if you can help somebody when you get down to the end, if someone's in Treehouse Alliance, get a ball. Do that, which is what Kayla and Sylvia were basically doing.
Sylvia was slinging the ball. She was like,
Sylvia was doing it. Yes. So at the end of the at the end of the women's round, the people who came out on top were Kayla, Sylvia. Who else was in the Treehouse?
So
Kayla, Sylvia, and Janae ended up winning the challenge altogether. Yeah. However, Ronnie, I think, is also in there with them as well.
Yeah, it's Ronnie. It's
Ronnie,
Tina,
Veronica, Kayla, Sylvia, and then of course Derek.
Yep.
And not Ronnie coming in first season out of 20 years and coming in with the in crowd, and Kendall and Kellyanne been here all this time and can't get a foothold in with these girls. I was like, come on, Ronnie, because you on my team.
You also do better. Like, they both can do better at pulling in like those outskirts. Because like if they had, well, now they really don't have nobody since Cyrus left, because Nehemiah is on his own, and
he sucks anyway. He's next.
Anyway, so we get to the males heat, and it was pretty much a blowout. Derek and Brad was like always at top.
Brad is a machine. Okay, Brad got like, as soon as it started, I was like, okay, so Brad's gonna win this. Brad may be about none of the games. He was straight for the ball, but the nature of that game, I feel like if you can't make it to the end, just wait and tackle somebody.
But Brad was also smart, because his strategy was he ran alongside the edge of the pool. So he had footing and traction, whereas he never really had to wrestle anybody, because nobody was going to the side. Everybody was in the middle trying to get the balls and stuff like that. And it was kind of crazy.
That smoke with Brad. Nobody was trying to go head-to-head collision with Brad. I don't think so.
I'm not fighting no mountain man. I don't know about that. I'm not fighting no dude who live in the mountains. And
nobody was trying to go head-to-head with Brad. Even if he would have been in the middle strolling, they would have been like cleared the path like the Red Sea. I don't think it would have worked.
There's only a few people who trying to go up, one-on-one with Brad that could probably take him. There ain't too many people who can take Brad one-on-one. It's probably like maybe 3 guys in that house who can, and none of them dudes was even remotely focused on getting Brad, because they was worried about themselves.
Yeah, I agree. But like I said,
So I was gonna say, in the first round, we see right off bat, MJ struggled. As soon as he touched the mud, his knee pretty much gave out.
Knee just blew out, bro.
Yeah.
Knee was done. Knee was over with.
It was a clear blowout. And then once we get to the second round, it was down between Nehemiah, Wes. I think Jordan skated out, and then Darrell was still in there. Between those 4, pretty much gave a head-on collision or tried to wrestle Nehemiah, and Nehemiah did not like that at all.
Okay. All right. Spirit fingers. I'm sorry, Cyrus. First of all, this is a game that Nehemiah has played before. So that already bothered me, that you not winning the game that you've played before. Number two is mud wrestling, bro.
Yeah.
I don't understand. The fucking name of the game is called Playing Dirty. You're in mud wrestling for a ball. What do you expect? There's a grown man wrestling you. Like, why are you mad? And then the part that bothered me the most is that you got eliminated. You did all this talking, and then you had an opportunity to just be like, you know what, me and yes, this is between me and you. All this talking, oh, I'm gonna beat your ass and this, that, the fourth. Bro, you not gonna do nothing. You know security is around, you know security right behind the cameras. You not doing all that tough stuff with nobody else. He don't ever pop off for nobody else until he get little old yes, the architect. Now he want to act tough. Miss me with that, bro. Miss me with that.
I don't.
That was lame. That was very lame.
Yeah, I don't understand what they don't understand about the game that they're playing. Because it reminds me of the same thing with like Lolo and Anissa. It's like, how do you not expect to get like tackled, or like, yeah, you might, like, they're not maliciously trying to choke you up or drown you or anything like that. It's a game. Like, they're not thinking about, oh, I'm a delicately, put my arm over your neck and, like, no, I'm trying to win just like you're trying to win. Now, if you did it to me, it wouldn't be a problem.
Here's my thing. Did Jordan didn't get mad when Fessy separated his shoulder? Because that was an accident. Now, did we get upset when we saw Fessy pull that same dirty moves against Nelson? Yes, because we knew he was doing it on purpose. Yes, for all intents and purposes of the game, is just trying to get a ball. He's not doing anything disrespectful or doing anything malicious. He's just playing the game within
like
the rules.
You said, have you ever wrestled before?
TJ's not saying, oh, you can't choke him or this, that, and the fourth. Like, TJ's not saying anything. So, in my eyes, he playing within the rules. So, Nehemiah, you just mad because you suck, bro. Like, you just mad. And then you got eliminated out the round anyway. So, what does it matter?
To the final round, and that's where we get our male players for the Authority. Coming in first and winning is Brad. Derek got second, and then Jordan has third. And they
gave it to Jordan.
They pretty much gave it to Jordan.
When he threw that ball up in the air, it was like, yeah, he was trying to do the fake move and go around, but that mud was too thick for him to dig through and do all that. Jordan just so happened to just be right there, right place, right time. You can't be mad at that. So, that was a good ending to that challenge for sure.
Yeah. So altogether, our Authority is Brad, Derek, Janae, Jordan, Kayla, and Sylvia. After the challenge, we see basically Tina said that she come out the water and that she's missing a knuckle, and that she pops it back in place. And then from there, we see that she is now being medically DQ'd because, yeah. So another injury within the second episode or third episode of a medical injury.
After the challenge, as they do every episode, the person who is going in, which is Veronica and MJ, they're letting people know who they want to go in. Veronica, well, let's start with Veronica. Veronica doesn't really have a person she wants to go in, except they keep mentioning Kendall, and I was confused about that. I was like, I don't know if that's the best choice for a win.
I didn't want them problems with Kendall.
Yeah, I was a little confused. I was like, I don't know if that's who your best shot is. Funny enough, that the people with the best shot is in your alliance.
Once we get through with that, then here comes Wes, pitting a firm case to vote in yes. And I still, because Janae said it later when they talk about it, but it was like, why are you campaigning like you didn't win? You don't have the power to. One, you're not even going, like, for the most part, I don't think you were on anybody's mouth to, like, go in anyway. So why are you trying to get yes out? Say that for another day. Like, if it's not about you, like.
Well, they wouldn't put him in because, first of all, John A wouldn't want West to go against MJ because that would be too much of a challenge for MJ, I think. And so MJ really wanted Cyrus, and I'm with Jordan. MJ wanted the easy way out to try to get Cyrus. And I mean, I was like, okay, MJ, I guess. But I mean, and yes, it's still like a smaller guy, smaller than MJ. So that would be the next option for him. Even though I don't think that's not an easy task either. It was no options in there for him to win except for Cyrus, really.
But that's the same thing. But that's MJ's problem. His entire challenge career is that MJ got popcorn muscles. Because anytime MJ is in a real competition against somebody, he always takes the easy way out.
Authority are just deciding who they're going to send in, and Sylvia and the Treehouse girls, they automatically want Kendall. I knew that was a done deal, but again, I still don't understand that you want Veronica to come back. No, yes, because this is how I don't think she would come back if Kendall goes against her. So I didn't understand why we campaigning so hard for that. It just didn't.
They just want Veronica to do the dirty work, but realistically, it doesn't matter who has to do it because somebody got to go out and take out Kendall. So yeah, Veronica, Veronica, you're number one. Like if they could, they would have been like, oh, let's just get Naya in there. Let's see if Naya can do it. Or let's try to get Kellyanne in there.
They would have tried to put Naya in there, I think, if Jordan wasn't in there, because Jordan is not gonna let them put Naya in.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy about. Come on, Jordan, keep fighting. Yeah. But yeah, so we already know that's about to happen. So when they start talking about the girls, the guys, Jordan and Brad mentioned we don't want to say Cyrus' name. We know MJ is campaigning for Cyrus. He wants Cyrus, but we want to put in yes. And they want to, and the girls kind of question, like, why do you want to put in yes? Like, what's the game plan? We all got a game plan. I don't need you to question my game plan, okay? I'm doing this for my boy West, okay? So yeah, so once they leave the authority, we got Kendall and Veronica are supposed to be going to go up against each other, and Cyrus is going up against MJ. Girls go and tell Kendall that she's voted in, and I was like, "What? Why are y'all here trying to fake the phone with me? Like, tell me I'm going in."
That part right there is like, we're sorry that you're going in. We just think that
I hate that shit.
We think you're strong, and that's all. And so Kendall's like,
there's nothing more, and this is for any game show. This isn't like it only exclusive to the challenge. This goes from like Survivor, Big Brother. It could be a damn cooking show on Hell's Kitchen. I don't give where it comes from. I hate when people like give you a punishment or send you to an elimination and they turn around and say sorry. Like, you're not sorry, bro. Like, you're
just saying with your heart. You want me gone.
Why are you? If you were sorry, you wouldn't have done it in the first place. You're not sorry. You just like first of all, for me as a competitor, I'm not gonna be mad that you like. I'm gonna be mad, but not like
the name of the game.
You telling me that you're sorry makes me more mad than you actually sending me in to elimination.
Yeah, I mean, with Kendall, now that you know it, which you should have known it,
You've been on all 3 seasons. Why do you not know this by now?
Yeah, like why don't you know?
You've been on all 3 seasons.
People generally. Yeah, so she should have been on. This is not season 1. You ain't seen him after 15 years. This is season 3, and you've been on every season. And every season they come at you with the same energy, and you come in with not knowing their energy, which is crazy.
And they told Cyrus.
He said what?
That's what I said. Then they told Cyrus, and then we got our clip for the week. We got spirit fingers, and that was the best part of the whole damn episode.
He was like spirit fingers.
Like he was so you felt the sarcasm, just spirit fingers. Fucking A. Like that was so like I felt that frustration. I loved it. It was great.
I also don't with Kendall putting MJ in, and the Janae's response towards that, she was like, Kendall, you're one of my best friends in here. And I was like, is she? I don't think so. I don't think about why you expected. I mean,
lying.
Yeah, I don't understand why you expect. I mean, I think what they want to rule
on this show.
Yeah, what they wanted to rule off is fear and intimidation. Like, oh, she ain't gonna put him in because she's gonna have to deal with Janae or me. Like, you know what I mean? And so, and to say like, I thought we were close like that. Why wouldn't you think that would offend me? We not close like that because
this is why
I feel like it was very much it was like that season of Bad Girls when Erica was like, why did you turn fake on me, Rima? I don't understand. It's giving very much like you're just playing in my face, like, you know, we don't like each other or we don't get along. It's like, why are you talking like?
Even if Kendall had never thrown MJ in, Janae still would have said her name. So for you to be like, she did something last week, she did something yesterday and blah, blah, so that's why I'm saying her name. I was like, no, that is not the reason. You would have said it anyway.
You see that Jimmy gets a phone call from her home.
Yeah, sorry.
She, her father is having health issues. Yeah. So she basically asked her mother, do I need to come home? And her mother was like, well, it's your decision. And then Jimmy decided to leave. So we have to say farewell to Jimmy, even though she would have probably started to dominate the game a little bit towards the back half of the season. But, you know.
Missed opportunity, but, you know, you just hope her family, everything is okay for her and all of that good stuff. But, yeah. That's a real bad way to go out. You don't like to see people go out that way. You kind of want, you know, to go home the right way, X, Y, and Z. But, you know, it just sucks.
The elimination, and this elimination is set up at what, do you know the name of it?
Yeah, it's called Wait Up. So basically the players begin inside of a cage. They have several sandbags on the floor, and then outside it's like an overhead crate where they basically had to throw the sandbags into the crate. The crate will lower, revealing a window, bust through the window, and then jump out like a whoop. And then ring the bell, because it's always the bell.
Yeah, with this elimination, obviously, immediately I was like, okay, MJ is is heavier than Cyrus, so he got this, like, his strength, and like he said, he's a general contractor. He should know how to, you know, do things like this. And Cyrus, I think it could have been even if Cyrus was watching the flow of his what's that thing? His bucket that was swinging. He was throwing it on the off swing every single time. Yeah. I was like, oh goodness.
He wasn't looking when he was throwing. He kind of was grabbing and then just tossing, and then he was looking to grab every time he tossed. So he kind of had his head turned every time. So and for a guy,
I also think he was
basketball. He kind of fucked up. It kind of looks bad because, like, bro, you played D1 basketball. How did you miss so many jumpers?
But I feel like that's why I feel like that was also an issue. I think he was thinking of like one of these weighted, so they're not like basketball. You just can't toss them and think they're gonna go in. So I think he was kind of thinking in the mindset of just kind of tossing it up and just kind of hope that, you know, but in reality, he was hitting the thing, which started to give it that momentum, and then he was just basically just throwing it at that point.
But you know what, Cyrus, I don't even think that's where he lost it, really, because he still could have won. Literally, he had a hole big enough for him to jump through. I was like, Cyrus
didn't jump when he was supposed to.
Yeah,
like,
he didn't jump.
He had an opening before MJ did. Yes. But I think once MJ saw that opening, he was like, okay, let me do something different, because you saw, like I said, he was going boom, 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 boom. And
somebody was yelling to jump through the hole anyway. So I don't know who, I can't remember who was yelling, but somebody was yelling at Cyrus, bro, jump through the hole.
Yeah, like, the hole was big enough for him. He could have literally jumped through, and MJ would have still been whittling away.
That's Cyrus's biggest problem, is like he gets into these high pressure situations and then he freezes and buckles under pressure.
He had that.
He had it, but he had it last season. The mental lapse. He'd be so focused and so tunnel vision to one thing, he didn't even think. He was like,
yeah, I think he was just thinking about clearing away the whole.
He was trying to get the whole thing off.
Jay ends up winning and beating out Cyrus, and Cyrus is now eliminated. And then I don't know if TJ misspoke, but he said MJ got 3 stars. But how? He only had 1. He didn't. Then Cyrus makes 1, or do he get Cyrus stars?
Cyrus had 2.
So they get their star. Well, TJ needs to explain that then.
Yeah,
But
MJ right now is the strongest player in the game. We just still don't know what the advantage is yet. However, I do think that those stars are going to mean something in the final.
MJ is the strongest person right now. And then, in the preview, we see that we have another, possibly, most likely, a female coming in.
Episode with Cyrus gone. So we have 1 down on my team. And then you said 2 for you for the left? Tina playing?
That man lost 2 people. He lost 2 females, and you still managed to lose somebody else. That's crazy.
Cyrus could have had. I can't believe
you got the worst team of the bunch, bro.
Yes,
so and Naya gonna hold it down.
Naya next.
Okay.
Naya next.
Naya not next.
Why?
Naya not next.
Everybody black going home first. Naya next.
No, I don't agree. Naya is not next.
Johnny don't count. That's why I said Johnny don't count.
Get into our team. So Gigi, right now you're in 3rd place with 317 points.
That's
you did lose Cyrus. So you're down to what? 5 people now.
She got Ronnie too. Damn, that's crazy. It's over.
Ronnie gonna do good. I don't care.
It's over with. She got Ronnie too. That's a wrap for her.
So Janae led your team with confessional points and comp points. And so, never mind. That's my person. And then Cyrus really dragged your team down. He had a negative 15. So yeah, Johnny is basically, but he brought you up with confessional points. So that's really Johnny and Cyrus was like how you, because Mark is not getting no confessionals, and he not really doing.
Mark this episode? I didn't see him at all.
He only got 2 confessionals. Naya only got 1, and then Ronnie got 1. And then Naya and Ronnie hasn't done anything like competition-wise outside of staying in the game. So they're not really bringing you any points.
When they make it into elimination, they're gonna prove it, and they're gonna make.
They're gonna get that 1 episode about them and then get sent home.
I ain't gonna stay to the final. I'm sure.
So in 2nd place, we have Savon with 377 points. So far, you down 2 people.
Yeah, my racial quota. I've already hit my racial quota, so I'm good. I ain't losing nobody else. Not anytime soon, anyway.
So you hit all the big marks. You had Derek K, who gave you competition points. You had Kayla, who gave you competition and confessional points. And then you had Sylvia, who gave you a whopping 30 points and then gave you 8 confessional points. And then you had Kendall, who gave you confessional points and also some comp points.
I love Sylvia.
Yeah, Sylvia's like, even the first episode, Sylvia gave you 25.
Sylvia's doing so good this season.
I like Sylvia. I like Sylvia before the challenge anyway, so it's fine.
I don't think I liked her, but like as just like a person in the house, as a competitor, I never really thought too much about it. But she's doing so good this season, like in the challenges. So good.
Yeah. I feel like all stars, a lot of them, like Kayla, she's not really doing it. She's not adding or taking away from anything.
Kayla not no damn all star. She's just there.
Yeah, but like Sylvia, Janae,
damn all stars. She's there. All-stars. It's fine. Everybody else is fine. No, that's okay. Ain't nobody else black on my team, so ain't nobody going home no time soon. So we good.
And then we got my team. Again, a whopping 389 points.
That's crazy.
They're not showing the real at all.
That's crazy because, like, had Tina not broken her hand and Jimmy not had them health issues, you still have your whole team intact. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Like, nobody, like, as far as like the competition wise, like my team is like okay because I know they're going far. Now, as far as like racking up my points and whatnot, that's gonna be a little questionable. But my team,
Darrell is not contributing anything to your team.
Yeah, I'm so surprised.
Darrell is not helping you at all.
Yeah, Darrell or Nehemiah is not helping.
Well, Nehemiah wasn't gonna help no way, so I don't know about you.
So the main people that's bringing me points was Brad because he won. Like I said, Jimmy because she got eliminated, but her confessionals kind of gave me a boost. Jordan, he's giving me competition points, but he's not giving me confessional points. And then anybody give me 20 points? I gotta check that. But yeah, so
Nehemiah gave you 20 points for comp.
That's what I'm looking at. I gotta check that.
I'm falsifying the evidence. This is falsifying.
Oh yeah, no, I'm winning. I'm in the lead. He got eliminated in a second. Nope, take that off.
You over here falsifying documents.
You cheated.
He gave me he did give me 20 because he gave me a verbal altercation with the S.
Oh my God.
I don't care.
But yeah, so he gave me my 20 points, and who else was another hitter? And that was it. But yeah, Darrell not doing nothing for me. He's not giving me confessional or competition points.
I think he's gonna be Darrell's gonna like find his stride in the in the half when it's less people. Right now, I think it's so many people that Darrell hasn't played with in a long time. And newer people. I think once it dwindles down, then we'll have more opportunity for Darrell to shine. But thanks guys for watching. That is our recap and review, and we'll see you on our next video. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, watch along with us, and we'll see you next time. Peace.